If you appreciate my efforts, then subscribe my channel, and for video notification please click the bell icon. Hello, namaste. How are you all today? Many people always ask me that whenever they apply bridal mehndi, that design shift to the other side of the hand. Like whenever they apply mehndi on this side, like finding center here, when they turn their hand, the design they find has shifted to other side of the hand. So how to find center for this type of situation? Because whenever they apply mehndi on back part of the hand, and when they turn, that back part of the hand design turn towards the front part. Actually, each and every henna artist face the same situation, because that's the way our hand is made of, that when we turn our hand, the center actually rotate with hand. For Indian bride, we always put mehndi on front part, and whenever we turn our hand, the half the design has turned towards back part. So in this situation, we plan design such a way that whenever we turn our hand and we do connecting design very seamlessly, so it look one entire design. It looks like you are wearing one gloves, and if we fail to do so, then it looks very ugly and very bad. It's like a bad job has been done while connecting the gloves. So I would like to explain this matter in little bit detail, because so many people have asked me about this. So whenever our palm is facing upward, that time our center is this one. Then we can take our side something like this. So whenever we apply bridal mehndi, the front side we try to take design as further towards back side as possible. So whenever we turn our palm and try to connect the design with the back part, we have a good connection part to see, because whenever we will turn our hand, the side will become like a center of back hand. So that's why if we go further towards back side of the hand, then we can use that particular ending as a reference, and we can create very seamless connection between two sides of the design. So this is actually the right way to connect and wrap both sides of hand design. Actually, the main problem happens like Indian bride always put both side of the hand, and usually they put mehndi design on palm side, the front side. But recently I came to know that Pakistani and Middle Eastern bride many times prefer to apply mehndi only back side of the hand. In that situation, that situation becomes really very difficult if the bride only applied back side of the hand, because I came to know that Pakistani bride usually apply mehndi on back side of the hand, and front side they usually avoid putting any type of mehndi, or they put very simple mandala on the palm. The artist who shared this information with me, I'm going to make a feature video on her very soon. But the information she shared with me, then she told that they take center keeping in a mind that how they are going to take picture of your mehndi design. So the way photographer is going to take picture of your mehndi design, we take center of our back part of the hand. So if picture has been taken on a top angle, keeping your hand straight, then your center would be somewhere here. Or if you are taking pictures in this angle, then your center will become this point. So keeping this information in your mind, you start drawing your designs. So in short, if your bride is applying henna only on back part of the hand, take information from her, how is she going to photograph her mehndi, and keeping that point in mind, decide the center of the design. Today I am going to create Pakistani style Mehndi design only on a back part of my palm. That talented Pakistani artist created this beautifully mandala. So inspired by this design, I am going to create spread out design on my back part of the palm. Last week I met very talented Pakistani henna artist, and I'm definitely going to introduce her to all of you very soon in my upcoming video. But today I'm going to create one beautiful spread out design inspired from her design. And because my hand is facing towards camera in this angle, I have to take this portion as a center and I have to start my design from that point. I know it's a very complicated and tricky situation for all the artists, and sometimes it's very frustrating when you cannot create very seamless connection between front and back part of the design. And sometimes you have been put in very awkward situation in front of your client if your client is very particular about what she wants. So I would only advise one thing, that plan your design in such a way that when you create connection, it look like a one whole piece, one entire piece of designs. For that you can use like a filler element, layer element design, then border design. So that kind of design you can use in between big motif. So those big motif you have to arrange at the center of front and back of the hand, and surrounding side areas you have to use all these filler design. So whenever your hand turn, it looks like you have drawn one complete design. So even though it is rotating front to back, it does not look out of the place. So that's the only advice I can tell you for this problem. And one more thing I can tell you, that practice enough, like on your friend's hand, your if you have mother, sister, like your relatives, practice enough this kind of situation on their hand. Create one rotating band on their hand and practice enough, so whenever you are put in such situation, you can handle that with more confidence. I know because I have also felt the same situation in past, and I used to get very anxious, especially if I am not mentally ready to handle this situation. If your bride is applying mehndi on both sides of the hand, then you can correct situation with seamless connection between two design. But if your bride is applying mehndi only at one side of the one side of the hand, then I would advise you first consult your bride and explain the entire situation, that what could happen after applying design. Because many times it happens that bride have no idea that that design can rotate with their hand, and when they see on the spot during their mehndi session, they cannot digest that fact. So if you prepare your bride beforehand and explain the mechanism of our hand, how it rotate, and with that rotation our design also shift, so bride is also mentally prepared for that situation and they accept this thing very naturally. So prepare your bride with detailed explanation to handle this situation perfectly. Now I would like to talk about this design little bit. As I told you last week, I met very talented Pakistani henna artist, and she created this beautiful Pakistani style mandala on back part of my palm. Now inspired from that mandala, I am creating spread on my arm area. She had created a big solid circle, and she created small dots surrounding that circle. So inspired by that traditional design, I created the beginning of my design. That semicircle you can see, I use many of those dark circle with surrounded dots. And then I gave little bit reverse design border to it to complement that very tiny and delicate semicircle design with this bold border. Now this leaf shape I have created on top of the border. So I was informed that this leaf shape pattern is very popular among Pakistani bride. Actually, each and every Pakistani bride wants to have this particular design, so it is very popular element. So I decided to use same element in my design, and I have filled that entire leaf with tiny frills, keeping little bit space within that leaf, so it gives very beautiful complement to entire element. And that spread I connected with that mandala using border element. Now because my hand is very tiny, only one border has covered my entire wrist, but I use two more borders beside that center border. So if you want, you can use any border element instead of this bale. So I hope you all would have liked my this design. So let me know what your experience with this connecting design, like front and back part of design, how you handle those kind of situation, and how my guidance could be helpful to you. So let me know through your comment. I would be really happy to read all of them, and definitely let me know how do you like my design that I have created. And I will see you again in my upcoming video. Till then, stay blessed, stay inspired. Bye everyone. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. See you.